Hi there, Julie here. I'm going to walk you through the protocol of applying the oils onto our body, onto the various acupressure points. So you'll be able to follow along with this video if you need to, but certainly with the sheets. Hopefully by now you will have received the PDF and downloaded it, printed it off. Chances are you're going to have to refer to these sheets when you're applying the oils every day, but I guarantee that by day 10 or 11 you will really become familiar with them and probably won't have to read where to put everything. So why are we doing this protocol? As I said, I've done this before. I run a few groups with it now, and I just love seeing what emotional oils can do for our emotional wellness. So our emotional health greatly affects our physical health. Such as hormonal balance and energy to function every day. We know that when we're going through emotions and suppress them, or if they're really impacting us, it can impact our physical health. Our physical, relational, spiritual, and professional success is dependent upon emotional maturity and our ability to handle obstacles. So if you're 3 or 4 years old and something happens, it's okay to have a temper tantrum at that age. We don't want to be doing that as adults. It doesn't benefit us. So emotional maturity just means being able to overcome obstacles in our path and not let them set us back. As well, emotional wellness allows us to become the best version of ourselves and to make our dreams come true, which is what this program is so amazing at doing. What we're actually going to be doing is applying specific essential oils to acupuncture points to remove common blockages. And this protocol was developed by Desiree Mengendog, and she is trained in traditional Chinese medicine and is a trained acupuncturist. So what she discovered and realized was that by applying our essential oils to various points in our body, they're accessing our heart meridians, our throat, our various chakra points on our bodies as well. So you'll discover that the location of where we're putting these oils is very important. Granted, if you don't like the smell of oregano, for instance, which is one of our oils, and you apply it to the bottoms of your feet rather than the top of your head, that's perfectly okay. They're going to be getting into our bloodstream regardless. But putting them onto these acupressure points just is a little bit more effective. So let's just get going. Depending on whether you have been, whether you're going to be using your own oils that you already had, or whether you're going to be using the samples that I sent you, if you received your oil kit from me, you're going to be getting them in little mini versions of these. And it's a roller bottle. If you are using your own oils, you can use them straight out of the bottles, or you can dilute them and put them into a roller bottle. I've discovered that a roller bottle is a little bit more convenient, so I've made up my whole kit. You can see I have all of the oils lined up ready to go, and I like to do them in a roller bottle. Diluting the essential oils just might deal with if anybody has any sensitivities. We definitely want to be diluting the ginger and cinnamon, which are hot oils. But for the most part, the dilution is just to help spread the oils out a little bit more, a little bit easier to apply them rather than opening up all the individual bottles and dropping them out. But if you have any questions about what the best way is to use the oils, what kind of container to put them in, feel free to ask me. So the first oil we're going to use is Melaleuca tea tree oil. It already comes in a beautiful touch blend. We're going to be applying this to the back of our neck, to our throat, our heart, and around the belly button. And Melaleuca is brilliant at interrupting old patterns, like broken records in our thought, especially the negative thoughts. Melaleuca cleanses and disinfects our spirit, and cleanses any attachments that don't serve us. Sometimes we involve ourselves with people, with circumstances, with commitments that aren't healthy and can consequently create overwhelm. This application will begin the process of letting go of unhealthy attachments, anything that's not nurturing and nourishing us. And you may find yourself wanting to declutter and getting rid of things that no longer serve you, which is fabulous. So we're going to apply this onto the back of our neck, onto our throat, over our heart, and around the belly button. And there's a cute little picture there, so you can be reminded just by looking at them. And then I'm just going to rub it in a little bit on all those spots as well. Okay. The next oil, which isn't on the sheets, but I have asked you to write it in, is petitgrain. Petitgrain is wonderful for helping to resolve family conflicts, and that's going to go on our solar plexus, which is, when you're doing ab crunches, that's the center right below our breastbone. And that's wonderful for when you have conflicts going on in your family. That's going to help overcome that. Oregano. A lot of us think of that when it's cold and flu season. Oregano actually quietens the ego. It helps us to step outside of ourselves, to get perspective and see what needs to change. It creates an open mind and flexibility to make necessary changes for personal growth, which is, to have that flexibility to change things once we realize that something's going on. We're going to see both sides of a situation, with your contributions to it, their contributions to it. We're going to have a more calm approach. And this is going to go on the top of your head. So if you had oregano in a bottle, you would tip it over and put one drop on the top of your head. I'm just going to use this roller bottle and rub that. Yeah, not my favorite smell, but it's a powerful, powerful oil. And that's it for the oregano. So just on the top of the head. The next oil is cypress. Cypress is all about flow and motion. Cypress is wonderfully powerful for removing stagnation, especially for those who feel stuck in old ways of thinking and being. It's wonderful for those who constantly feel like they are fighting life rather than living in the flow. It creates fluidity of the spirit so that we can live with grace. It's the oil of motion and flow, and we are actually going to apply this into our elbow crease here. And because I have a roller bottle, I'm going to do it there. I'm going to rub it in. This is the acupressure and acupuncture point for the lung pericardium meridian, and it will help circulate this to the entire body. So that goes there. The next oil is going to be fennel, boosting self-esteem. Who doesn't need a little bit of boost to our self-esteem? Loving and accepting yourself. It helps you to connect. Fennel is going to help you to connect with your personal needs and begin saying yes to all that you are. Fennel brings freedom because it gives permission to let go of unnecessary responsibilities, and it guides you to be honest with what matters to you. It also brings courage to speak up and live authentically. So speak your truth and live in alignment with it. And that's going to go on the inside of our wrist creases here. So you can rub some onto one and then rub them together like this. Also boosting our self-esteem are bergamot and grapefruit. And I do have this diluted. I recommend that you dilute it in a roller bottle. It's a lot easier to apply the two together. Or if you're using them out of the bottles, you can put a drop of the bergamot, a drop of the grapefruit oil, and mix it together. And we're going to apply this onto our solar plexus. So bergamot helps us with self-acceptance and hope, and grapefruit is all about honoring your body. Okay, and the solar plexus is actually where our serotonin receptors are. That's going to help us feel good about ourselves. These oils show you how to love yourself unconditionally. You begin to honor who you are and fall deeply in love with you. You will listen to your needs and see how you are more than enough. Welcome total self-acceptance, which leads to increased self-confidence. Okay, nothing wrong with that. For clarity and vision, we're going to apply one of my favorite oils in this collection, and that is Douglas fir, and we're going to apply it on the back of our neck. This is going to help break destructive habits that cloud our thinking and vision for ourselves. Douglas fir allows for divine wisdom and guidance and brightens the mind so that you can see your new path. It will help you transition to a new way of being. It's just a great way to start new beginnings and to create better habits for ourselves. Spearmint is going to be applied to the top of our head as well. So oregano made us smell like a pizza, and the spearmint is our after dinner mint. Thank you, Carrie Soukup, for that little joke. Spearmint gives us confidence in speech. It clears away thoughts that confuse and distract us from our life's mission. It brings intense clarity and the ability to express to others our vision. You will speak from a space of sincerity and confidence. Okay, the next two oils are ginger and cinnamon. And this is going to help project ourselves. Again, these are the hot oils, so I do highly recommend we dilute them. And these are going to go on our solar plexus again. Ginger is the oil of empowerment. If you're procrastinating, it's going to help really kickstart your passion and get things going. So we're going to fill the heart with passion, and then the second point was on the inside of the wrist, so our solar plexus and the inside of our wrist. It fills the heart with passion, excitement, and a deep desire to live out one's purpose. This is a combination that creates movement and inspiration and increases courage so that no matter the obstacle, nothing or no one will stand in the way of your divine mission. So one more oil that, again, you would have to add onto your list, and that is lavender. And lavender we are going to apply over our third eye. So, and I do have a little bottle here. We're going to apply over our third eye, which is the spot between your eyebrows there. Rub it in. We're going to apply it over our heart. And if you wish, over the tip of your tongue. Lavender is the oil of communication. So, not the greatest taste. This is something just for you to try. I know some people prefer not to. If you don't like the taste of the lavender, you can just put a little dab on your throat. So that will help us with our communication as we're projecting ourselves. So that is it. That's how long it takes to apply the oils. I highly recommend that you do these first thing in the morning if you can. Starting day one, we're going to have we're going to have affirmations that you'll be able to read along as you apply the oils. Each day you will receive a new affirmation for each of the oils. And applying them first thing in the morning means that the oils are going to start doing what they do and helping flip some switches. If you don't want to have the aroma of the oils, I can smell myself. I'll probably still smell them on me a few hours from now. What you can do is wait 20 minutes or 30 minutes to have your shower if you're going to work. You want to leave them on your body for about half an hour. I do not recommend applying these before you go to bed because, as I said, these are going to be starting a few things moving. We're going to be releasing things. You may get emotional. I don't want you to have all these thoughts going on in your head as you're trying to relax and go to sleep. So do try to put them on in the morning. If you forget or you're super busy in the morning, the earlier you can get them on before lunchtime, the better. If you are working night shifts, for instance, just start them at the beginning of your day. So if you are going to bed at 8 o'clock in the morning and waking up in the afternoon, then you would apply them when you wake up. So that's it. If you have any questions, do please contact me. Hopefully, as I said, you have received all your oils. If you haven't, you need to get a hold of me right away and we'll see what we can do to get them going for you. Do not worry so much about getting them exactly on the right place. Our third eye, is it up here? Is it down there? The oils are going to get into your bloodstream. You are going to start noticing some changes. Drink lots of water to help process everything that's happening. And happy oiling. This is going to be a great journey. All right.